Good morning. Welcome to Morning Brew with, yes, your girl Germaine. And I could not wait. So I already brewed my coffee, hazelnut, and I just mixed it up. So, how's everybody doing today? We are back. This is Monday, and we are ready for our holiday week. So, time where family can come together, we can share, we can have laughs, cries, whatever it is, even maybe some family fighting. I don't know what your family do for Thanksgiving, but whatever it is, this is a time to be thankful. Absolutely. So, today on Morning Brew, as you are chiming in, let me know what you're drinking. Let me know what you're drinking today. I promise I will not keep you long. I know everybody's just trying to get ready to have a short week. So, but today's brew, we are going to talk about the rise of quiet confidence. Yes, what does that mean? Give me a second. Let me just, I be waiting too late to put my phone on silence just so it's not interrupting us. But give me a second. Ah, okay, I'm doing it right now. Hold on. I feel good today. I hope everybody else does. I feel energized. I feel ready for the world. I feel, hey, what else are we gonna do, right? so, um, but okay, the phone is on silence. All right, and with that being said, it's a lot going on this week. So, like I said, I hope everybody is looking forward to spending time with their loved ones. And for those that may not, do all the big family gatherings and stuff, I still wish you a happy holiday week. And as you are making your plans to do whatever you're going to do, then you know what? Maybe you could stop by for Morning Brew because we'll be here this week. And Wednesday, definitely the day before Thanksgiving, you definitely want to stop in because we do have one of our monthly segments. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But women, if you can grab your men, you might want to chime in for our segment with Coach Kathleen, Menopause Unmasked on Wednesday. So make sure you stop by. But in the meantime, let's talk about today's brew. So today's brew is the rise of quiet confidence, finding your voice without the noise. It's a lot of noise going on out there. A lot of noise going on out there. So people are tired of performing, tired of pretending, and tired of feeling they have to be loud to be seen. In a world that is constantly sharing, constant talking, and constant comparison, quiet confidence is being the new strength. It's the power that doesn't shout, it stands, it doesn't need applause, it aligns, it doesn't seek validation. It just knows. So, quiet confidence is not hiding, it's harnessing. So, this is a good topic because, like I always say, these topics are for me. I tell you, they start with me. So, yes, I'm partaking in today's topic. So, and I'm learning how to master not allowing your emotions to have your power taken from you. When someone sets you off and you just go right in. I am learning how to be more quiet in my delivery to still get my point across. But let's get into this. So, this is a segment whereas we all can learn something from, right? So, we're going to pour into purpose and pouring into purpose. It's okay to grow in private. Everything sacred doesn't need to be shared. Some seasons are meant for silent building. Are you somebody in that season right now, silent building? You know, I mean, sometimes people are wondering, like, what's going on? How come, you're not out? You don't come out anymore. You're not connecting. We don't hear from you. Are you someone right now in that season of silent building? Which means you got to be still. You may have to be isolated at this time in order for you to be able to birth out what's coming next, or to figure out, the place of purpose, where I'm supposed to be, how I'm supposed to show up, what am I supposed to contribute. So maybe you're in that place and people just don't understand. They just miss your presence. So, or, good morning, John. Good morning, John Cates over on YouTube. Good to have you chiming in today. So, if you just chimed in and you missed what the topic is, we are going to be talking about the rise of quiet confidence. All right. So, right now, important to purpose, it's okay to grow in private. Your elevation doesn't require an audience. Whew, only intention and consistency is required. So, if you're someone that you need to be validated, you need an audience, you don't feel complete without having someone pretty much affirm you, then this might be it might be a little hard for you. The quiet, the quietness, the silence, and building. So it might be a little hard for you, but it's no place than now. Now's probably the perfect time to start really focusing on these things that, it doesn't take being validated. Sometimes we have to grow in silence, and we'll find our confidence in that, instead of waiting for people to validate who we are, or what we should be doing, or how we should be doing, right? So I'm going to stick with you. Love your purpose. Thank you. Let me just share that with everybody. And so, but right now, good morning, Leslie. Thank you for chiming in this morning. We're talking about we're talking about the rise of quiet confidence. Sometimes it's okay to move quietly. We don't need to be loud for the world to hear us, to be seen. Nope. Sometimes it's just being quiet and still being seen. So, private growth prepares you for public purpose without pressure. That's another thing too. When you are growing in silence, when you're moving, when you're birthing in silence, you don't have all the added opinions, all the added stress of people needing something from you, or you having to perform. That word perform, which you don't have to perform for people, you know. So don't allow them to make you feel like you do have to perform. But sometimes just being in that quiet space and growing in silence and building in silence, it gives you clarity. It gives you not to be distracted also. So it's okay to grow in private. I just want to reaffirm that. All right, let's pour a little bit more into purpose. Peace is productivity. Ooh, guys, I tell you, I am in a place right now. It is about protecting your peace. I don't know who else feels like that, but it is so much noise and chaos in the world today. It is about protecting your peace at all costs, right? So let's talk about how peace is productivity. Your mind is your greatest asset. Your mind is your greatest asset. And peace sharpens your clarity. Okay. But think about it. The mind, the things that you learn, even on the work in your workplace, day to day life, but the things that you learn, no one, once you learn it, pretty much, hopefully you're learning the correct things, because there's so much stuff out there, especially on the internet, so much stuff you could pick up, you could think is honest, is truth, is this, is that. But you got to be able to decipher through. And my thing is, don't just depend on that. Do your own research to really find out. Okay. But just keep in mind, the mind is a beautiful thing, but the mind is also your greatest asset. Keep that in mind. Okay. All right. A calm spirit makes better decisions than a crowded one. So, are you someone that you have to be in the midst of so many people, so much chaos going on? Because some people thrive in those spaces. They feel like they need that. It fuels them, and they don't know how to be in a space that's quiet. My advice is try it, practice it, being in quiet places. Live in your own thoughts for a moment without all the noise. Try to shut off the noise, at some point, even if it's 5 minutes in a day, 10 minutes in a day. Give yourself that gift of just kind of shutting down, quieting the noise in your head. Um, and sometimes it's the hardest thing. Have you ever tried to meditate and it was your first time meditating, right? And you're sitting there and you're trying to be still and you're trying to get your breathing right and everything. But all these thoughts are in your mind. All this stuff is going on in your head because your mind is not quiet. And that takes work. And if it's your first time meditating, you are probably going to need a few more sessions in order to really quiet your mind, quiet the noise in your head. Excuse me, to really get in a oneness with self, to be able to hear what is happening within oneself, not all the stuff from the world clouding your mind, trying to just control and take over. No, being able to just be still, and meditation is so good to just be centered and become one with oneself. Try it just to cancel out all the noise sometime and give yourself a break, right? So you can make better decisions. You can be sharp in your, with clarity and everything. So protecting your peace is not passive, it's strategic. And sometimes you have to quiet the noise because peace is something that you cannot pay for. But man, is it a gift if you can really honor it. And so try it, because I know a lot of you out there probably wish if I could just get a little bit of peace, just a little bit of peace in this moment. But you have to be willing to take those moments. Don't wait for someone to give them to you. So even when you look at your busy day, try to still away, even if you start with 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. Because I know it's probably hard. And you know what? If you're so used to moving and operating a certain way, it's not like it's just going to stop because you say, I need to figure out how to gain peace. I need to figure out how to shut the noise down in my head. It's not going to just stop. You have to work at it little bit at a time, little bit at a time. Consistency. There's that word again. Consistency, right? Working towards a larger goal, transformation, but it's a little bit at a time. All right. All right. So let's continue to pour just a little more. This is the final pour and pour into purpose. But confidence doesn't require an announcement, only alignment. We don't have to always broadcast and announce stuff. We are so social media prone that, I mean, the world knows everything that's going on with you. I don't know if that's so good. Mm-mm. Give them exactly what you want them to have, but not everything, right? And so, pretty much with that, confidence doesn't require a large announcement. Here I come. Doesn't. No. So, true confidence is not loud at all. It's rooted, it's grounded, it's steady. True confidence. And a lot of what I'm saying today is you really being able to practice how to be with oneself, you, right? Because a lot of times we have not practiced, we have not mastered the art of needing to be in a space where there's so many people. And that's social media is perfect, because what is it? We're trying to build more people, more eyeballs, more likes, more this, more, you know. But are you okay with just being with you? If nobody knows what's going on, are you okay with building true confidence with just you? That's a question for you, but that's not our questions of the day. All right. So when your actions match your purpose, you don't need approval. Nope. That confidence, being able to walk in knowing, just knowing without being doubtful, unsure, or feeling like you need someone to validate it for you. So, alignment speaks louder than performance will ever speak. Let me tell you, I'm a firm believer your work will speak for itself, right? So, just do the work. Do the work, do the work, do the work. And you know what? People will take notice. People will see, and they may see things that you may miss. So do the work, okay? It's okay. The right people will see it when they're supposed to see it, I guess, right? And it's so funny with that because other people will start speaking it for you. They'll help you do the work, right? Of letting it be known, letting it be seen. So, all right, guys. So, need some coffee. Hold on. All right. So now this is a part that we all can take part in. I told y'all this is not going to be a long one today. So we can all take part in this reflection questions. All right. So you know how I like leaving two questions for you to go throughout your day. But let's see what's being said. Let me share. Confidence is a powerful tool. Show up in your God power. I love it. I love it. Show up in your God power. That's a good one, girl. So, here's two reflection questions that I want to leave with you. The first question is, where in my life am I forcing noise when silence could actually serve me better? That's a good one. That's a good one. So, let's see once again. Where in my life am I forcing noise when silence could actually serve me better? Definitely think about that. Definitely think about that. I could think of a few different scenarios or situations, Um, but I'm gonna choose silence, especially if it's gonna work in my favor. All right, question number two. What does quiet confidence look like for me in this season? Spiritually, professionally, or emotionally? Those are three things. Remember, in this season, what does quiet confidence look like for you in this season? Is it spiritually, professionally, or emotionally? Only you can answer. Only you can answer. So, what else? What else is being said in the community? John says, people pleasing, wanting to be seen and wanting to be heard. Absolutely. And when you think about people pleasing, because I'm quite sure we all might be guilty of it. I know I am, or I was, but that's definitely something I had to work on over the years to not let that affect me, control time, take up space in my mind, because what I realized with people, they're all trying to figure it out too. And the thing is, we're trying to please someone that's still trying to figure out what their purpose is. They may still be trying to figure out what are they supposed to be doing. They may still got their own stuff they trying to figure out, but we're trying to make sure we please them. So, hey, Harry King over on Facebook, he says he always calls me CC. Hey, CC, it's been years. But hey, Harry, good to see you. Hope the family's doing well. Please give wifey a big hug for me because it's been a long time. Um, all right, what else? John says, emotionally, a big one I struggle with. Always following my thoughts, bad or good. Thank you for your honesty of being able to really share that with us. And so the question is, this is another question, John, with your statement, or so you're struggling emotionally with that because once again, it feels like it's tying back into people pleasing, right? So how is that? based on, and I want you to think about it, you don't have to answer this now, but I just want you to think about with some of the things that you're picking up today in Morning Brew, how can you find it to help you in your day-to-day life? Remember, consistency, just a little bit at a time. You don't have to feel like you got to have all the answers today, especially when you're coming into the knowledge of knowing a thing. But if you just start working on things a little bit at a time, then you'll find that transformation has taken place and you didn't even realize it was happening in the midst of it. So, if emotionally is one of the big ones that you struggle with, always following your thoughts, may they be good and bad. Well, you know, if you're doing it for the purpose of making sure people are satisfied or okay with it, then definitely my thoughts is evaluate that, pull it back in, sitting in your space with oneself. What is it that you're looking to accomplish? Even when those thoughts are coming to your mind, right? And like I said, some things we have just formed lifestyles around certain things. So it's not like it's just going to stop because I said today I wanted to stop. Mm-mm. Some things we have to work on them slowly, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. But I want to go back up into something we just talked about earlier. When you think about people are tired, they're tired of performing, they're tired of pretending, tired of feeling like they have to be loud to be seen. And it's not so much that you're having to be loud to be seen, but um pretty much when you think about in this world, what is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're after? Sometimes we got to just ask ourselves the question why, what, how, and it'll start putting some clarity in place for us to be able to know what to do, when to do, how to do. And so for me, it's, you know what, I'm just here, we're sharing information. But if anything resonates with you and you feel that, you know what, I might be able to try something, I might be able to utilize something like that, then see how it works. But I know for me today, it's consistency is one of those words, working on a little bit at a time, little bit at a time to perfect and to change some things that I know I need to change about me. So you also say, let's see, by practicing on being silent and listening more and draw more and more to meditation. I'm going to be honest. Meditating is something that is so necessary because it will quiet. It will bring you into an alignment when you can really get to a place of being still with self, being quiet within oneself, you know, allowing yourself to just be in one with self, and then things that are around you, you begin to show up in life differently. And things that used to matter may not matter as much, so it is not easy. I am going to say that it is not easy, especially if your mind is the type that's constantly racing and doing and having to do and wanting to do and being pulled on and all that. Sometimes it's not easy, but I encourage everyone, one day at a time. One day at a time will allow you to see transformation. They say 12 days starts forming a habit, or 21 days starts forming a habit, but 90 days, they say you pretty much are on the road to a lifestyle change. And that's the thing, one day at a time. And give yourself grace in the process as you're going through a transformation period. Okay. But the key is acknowledging what it is first. So when you could do that, then you know what you need to work on. So thanks, John, for chiming in. All right, guys, this is a part that we are coming to, which is our final sip. So, in our final sip, this is where maybe you don't know if this is your first time, but in our final sip, this is where we all can take part. No, well, this is not so much the part we all take part in, but this is the part where I just like to leave words of encouragement, empower you on your journey to move forward. But before we get there, I like to just give some highlights for what's happening because I love keeping the community engaged and what's happening with Morning Brew and how we are just moving forward one step at a time, a little bit at a time, we're finding transformation because December, we go into our 8th month of being consistent. And yes, I am excited about that. So, but we have some exciting things. And the first thing is this week, I will be talking a little more about the book club. Yes, we have the Authors Brew on Fridays. So we have Authors Brew on Fridays, which brings the author into studio, and we have dialogue talking about their books, right? Talking about their stories, the power of their story, their journeys, and how they're pretty much empowering others. So that's on Fridays. But then Wednesdays we do, and I know I'm a little out of order, but Wednesdays we do Mix Blend Wednesdays. We bring someone that's a professional in their area, the expert in their area, and we kind of sit down and dialogue with them over coffee, over tea, whatever we're drinking, and have them really share with us. So we have some new segments that have joined Morning Brew. So you can always go back over to YouTube. You can go also, I send everybody over to YouTube to join the YouTube community, but Facebook, you can also go back into Facebook. But with YouTube, it's easier because you see the whole catalog, you see the whole playlist, everything right there in front of you. But you should check out some of the Mix Blend Wednesdays, Author Brew Fridays. And this Wednesday, yes, ladies, we have Coach Kathleen coming back, and it's not just for women. Keep that in mind. Coach Kathleen is coming back, and she's going to be talking all about menopause unmasked. And the thing is, with that, men are affected by it too. So this ain't just for women now. All right. And you can go back into, once again, YouTube, and you can check out the previous one, the first official one, when she came in and she kind of broke some things down, and it was mind blowing because who would have known it was that many, you know, things that triggered that menopause triggered. So listen, go figure. You don't want to miss that. But exciting news, January 1st, 2026, save the date, because we are launching the first official Morning Brew book club powered by HOV Publishing. And guess what? You do not have to be an HOV author to be a part of having your book featured for the book club. And so I am super excited. 12 months, 12 book titles. And guess what? The beauty in it is you get to engage with the author. So you get to go through this book club as a participant. But authors, for you too, if you are somebody out there and you want your book featured, and there'll be more information coming, there'll be the official sign up form coming so you can join and be a part of it. And I am so excited because literally it is in the privacy of your own home, but you can join in with community all over the world talking about one's story, the power of one's story. So that is a list. If you're an author, you definitely want to be a part of. So you'll be able to submit your information. I am making sure all that stuff can be presented this week so we can get a jump start on it. Okay. But so that's something that's happening. Looking forward to that. And oh my gosh, guys, there's so much information. I'm just going to not overwhelm you, but definitely make sure if you are someone and you enjoy Morning Brew with Germaine, then yes, you have the opportunity, especially Facebook has now invited us to be a part of People Can Give Stars. Now, yes, I'm still figuring a lot of this stuff out. So, but on Facebook, Germaine Miller Summers, for those that chime in on Facebook, yes, you can just click the star button and you can show your support by if you anything resonates with you. And then if you are any other platform, then you can actually support Morning Brew with Germaine by just buying a coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Morning Brew with Germaine. And so that's, I am so grateful because for those that do support, we have membership levels. There are those that are part of our membership tier and our membership levels. And in a minute, you'll be able to also get Morning Brew, not just the video version, but if you're someone that likes audio versions, podcast platforms everywhere, we're finalizing everything right as we speak. So stay connected. Because of you, we're growing. Yes, because of you, the community, we're growing. And I appreciate you all so much. So now it's time. Now it's time to get into the final sip. So I won't be holding you so long, okay? So in the final sip, like I said, just want to leave you with words of inspiration or a little motivation to take you throughout your day. Quiet confidence is a kind of strength that stays steady in any storm. It's not about shrinking, it's about standing, not about hiding, but choosing to grow with intention, not pressure. So, you know how we do. We sip slow. We sip slow, but I like to leave 3 action points for you. Honor one area where you need to retreat, refocus, or rebuild quietly. Okay. Number 2 action, remove one unnecessary noise and expectation, distraction, or comparison. Just one. Remove one. Remember the little things. It's the little things. Number 3, do one aligned action today that reflects who you are becoming, not who you were. That's good. And for those that don't know, becoming is one of my favorite words. It shows evolution, evolving. Who are you purposed to be? So, because when confidence comes from alignment, not applause, you become unstoppable. So take that with you along your journey today, and I hope to see you tomorrow on Morning Brew with Germaine. So thank you all for chiming in. Thank you for the great feedback. Tomorrow's another topic. So stop by for coffee with me, okay? Or maybe you're drinking tea, water, juice, smoothie, whatever you're drinking. It's okay. Stop by for conversation. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Be safe out there, and we will chat soon. Thanks. Bye.